Hello, it's DJ Maple and I'm going to show you how I draw Sonic characters. Now, of course, the first thing that we're going to do is draw Sonic, of course, because why not? He's our main big boy. Now, the first thing that I do with every drawing, most of my drawings are the same, I draw a circle. In some cases, however, I'll draw examples on the side for later episodes as well. I will draw heads that look like this, that have a little curve like this, the side. So right now I don't really want to do that with Sonic. Right now I just want to make him look a little straight, just a little bit to the left. Now the first thing I do is draw the muzzle. The muzzle requires a loop, and then a valley, and then a hill. So that's the first thing that I do. And then I draw the mouth, which is a little smile right there. Now the next thing is the eye cavity. I always find Sonic's eye cavity very odd, but nonetheless, it's what we have to draw because that's what they decided to do. So this is the part that gets people really confused. Just think that you're drawing like some sort of like weird mutated fucking navel cavity or something. I don't know. Some sort of freak mutation going on here. The next thing I focus on is the ears. The ears go upward like that, and Sonic's is more of a cat-like for some reason, and they are pointed like this. And then I erase these lines so that the head looks a little bit more straight, and that I put more of a hump there to showcase that he has, spikes and shit. Now, the next thing that I focus on is the spikes on the side. Now, I focus on the left side first, or the side that has less of the view. And I draw two little lumps like that. Then I focus on the other side, which is more outward and pointed. And then finally, I draw the back spike, which is there. Oh, I forgot to erase this line. And there we go. It's a little Sonic head. Just let me draw the eyes. And there you have it. A little Sonic the Hedgehog head. Now, sometimes when I draw art, later on I get a little bit picky in terms of how perspective works. So I make the spikes smaller if I don't really like it sometimes. There, it looks a little bit better. And then I'll develop more on this. And there we go. Next we draw on the body. Sonic has more of a chest going on because, he runs a lot, he's athletic. Knuckles has the same thing. Tails, I think, is the only male character that has a different shaped body other than all the other Sonic characters. Maybe Ray, but all of them have that same roundy, cartoony style in the classic version. So I do the body, and then I draw a lump right here, and then I draw the legs. I usually draw the legs spread out because it makes it a little bit easier to draw the shoes afterwards. The next thing I focus on is the arms. This is not the Boom Sonic, so the arms are a different color. So to indicate this, I always draw a line right here, so that it looks like that his arms are different. Oh, and no, this drawing is not going to have color, and none of the other drawings that I will draw later will as well. Traditional art, I never, ever draw color on them because I'm a really OCD-like perfectionist. And when it comes to me drawing traditional art, if I make one tiny mistake, I just, screw up entirely. And screw it off entirely, that's what I meant. And I just give up. Now, another thing that people really have a tough time with drawing in terms of Sonic characters is the gloves. What I do is, when the arm ends, I draw a little loop end line right there, and then I put two little bumps like that. And the line in between the bumps gives a little bit of a length to give it more of a depth. Sometimes when I draw these, however, the lumps can be a little bit too big, like with Sonic spikes that I showed earlier, so I make it a little tiny bit smaller. Hands are always a tricky thing to draw, but with the right picture perspectives, you can learn how to draw them pretty okay. It's rare for people to perfect hands, and whenever someone does, I really applaud them. So usually when I draw characters, I go with that pose, and yeah, stuff like that. Now I think that the hand is a little bit too big, so we're going to shorten that up and make it a little bit less cartoony, because I like to give my art a realistic sense. And in order to do that, we need to move the arm a little bit inward. Sorry, I wasn't showing that. Again, this is going to be poorly edited because, you know, I'm very awkward with things. Usually I draw details last, so if the eye cavities, the eye pupils, the ears, the stomach are always the last thing to do. Well, the second last thing to do. And we cannot forget that Sonic has spikes on his back. So I always draw a little bit of a hook right around there. And the last thing we draw, which is the hardest part for me, is the shoes. I am never good at drawing shoes. I never was. And unless if they're in a style like this, you see I really screwed up there, look at that. I really don't encourage myself to draw shoes for any of the characters. Like, if you tell me to draw a Sonic the Hedgehog like shoe, I'm fine with it. But if you tell me to draw a sneaker, no, thank you. I don't like drawing sneakers because, well, they're hard. Once I learn how to be comfortable with drawing them, then I'll draw them more often. You see, art is like, a practice thingy. And the more that you do it, the more that you get better at it. And that's it. If you want, you can give Sonic little indents in his eye cavities like that, but rarely I do that if he has, kind of a straight face or something. And that's it. This is how I draw Sonic the Hedgehog. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope I can make more stuff like this. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good day. Bye-bye.